For 20 years, the Hypermotard has been Ducati's chief of mischief. The bike you buy for one reason and one reason only: maximum unfiltered fun. But in recent years, the formula has been split. We had the ballistic high-revving single-cylinder 698 mono and the aging, albeit brilliant, 950 V-twin. I owned both of them, so my opinion I'll share is informed. Well, for 2026, Ducati has done something I didn't see coming, fixing a big problem with both the 698 and the 950 in one fell swoop. Let's do work. We aim to give you the highest quality motorcycle reviews here, so subscribe to keep it locked in. For me, my 698 was too light and lacked oomph, and my 950 was too heavy for a Hypermotard. I liked my 950, but I traded it for my 698. I liked my 698, but I mainly bought it for the channel, and I sold it after only 6 months. And I didn't think I'd ever want another Hypermotard until now. This is the all-new Hypermotard V2, hitting the US in May 2026. It's replacing the Hyper 950, and it's more than a mere facelift. It's a complete ground-up redesign. New engine, new chassis, new electronics, and serious new business. Ducati has taken the fun bike and injected it with a lethal dose of Panigale performance. The biggest news is right here in the power plant. The old 937 motor is gone. In its place, Ducati has fitted the 890cc liquid-cooled V-twin, a motor we recently discussed in the new Monster, and crucially, it is derived from the Panigale V2. This is a monumental shift for the Hyper platform. Power is now a very serious 120 horsepower at 10,750 RPM. Torque is just as impressive at 69 pound-feet at 8,250 RPM, and Ducati claims 70% of that torque is available from just 3,000 RPM thanks to variable valve timing. And between 3,500 RPM and 11,000 RPM, the torque value reportedly never drops below 80% of its maximum, meaning this bike is going to wheelie on demand more than ever before if you so desire. This is a significant increase in performance, and it fixes my issue with the 698. That, in my humble opinion, it's too light and underpowered, and it fixes the issue with the 950, that it's too heavy. I'll have to ride it to validate this assertion, but on paper, the V2 strikes a perfect balance between the two bikes. It's lighter than the 950 by 29 pounds and 31 pounds lighter on the SP, and more powerful than both bikes, making this a wicked setup for the street. It knocks it out of the park in terms of horsepower per pound of weight, which we'll discuss shortly. Now, many of you may be thinking, hold on, I just got used to my 698 mono, and that bike, well, it's a masterpiece of single-cylinder engineering, but let's be clear, these are two very different machines. That's why I'm glad Ducati is keeping the 698 in the lineup for its fans. The 698 mono is a purist supermoto. It's built around the 659cc Super Quadromoto engine, a screaming single that bags out 77.5 horsepower and weighs a feather-light 333 pounds dry. The new Hypermotard V2 is its big brother. It's the supermoto that went to the gym and ate its steak. That 120 horsepower V-twin adds muscle, but also weight compared to the 698, of course. The new V2 weighs in at 397 pounds wet, no fuel. If you want to ride on a paper airplane, you get the 698. If you want to terrorize your average naked bike and have an insanely fun time, get the new V2. At this weight and power, it's going to be certifiably crazy. But here is the single most important story: power to weight. We're going to look at horsepower per pound using full curb weights for a real-world comparison. The little 698 mono, the pure supermoto, clocks in at 0.219 horsepower per pound. The outgoing 950 V-twin, a brilliant bike, sat at 0.258 horsepower per pound, and this new Hypermotard V2, it blows them both away at 0.285 horsepower per pound. This is a massive leap in performance. By shedding over 20 pounds and adding 6 horsepower, the new V2 has jumped into a different performance category. It's more powerful than the 950 and phenomenally more efficient at putting that power to the ground. Although I generally don't like losing displacement, in this case, losing weight while adding power are ingredients to a delicious recipe of smiles. To handle that new engine, the chassis is all new, likely to generate some scoffs. Ducati has binned the signature steel trellis frame in favor of a Panigale-style aluminum monocoque that uses the engine as a stressed member. This, and also likely to cause scoffs, a new double-sided swing arm, is all about adding stiffness and composure while shedding adding blubber. Now, we know what you're thinking. Ducati has ditched the glorious single-sided swing arm from the 950. It's a trade-off. What you lose in garage art appeal, Ducati claims you can gain in reduced unsprung weight and increased rigidity for the track. It's pure performance over pure style. I personally would prefer the single-sided swing arm to a minimal track advantage, especially since I'm not tracking motorcycles anymore because doing so beat up my knees. I'm getting old, I guess. As for the ergonomics, it's still 100% Hypermotard. You've got those trademark wide bars that put you right over the front, and the seat is still a tall, flat, supermoto style plank and probably not cushy. It's an aggressive, attack-ready riding position that's not built for comfort, it's built for control. To haul it all down, you get top-spec Brembo M4 32 calipers on the standard model, with the SP, my bike of choice, getting the even beefier M50s. We expect nothing less for a bike this fast. Suspension on the standard model is a fully adjustable 46mm Kayaba fork and a Kayaba rear shock. But of course, there's an SP model. The SP gets you fully adjustable gold nitride treated Olin suspension front and rear. Aesthetically, the SP is a massive step up. It gets the full Corsair treatment with a stunning 20th anniversary red, white, and black racing livery. This is paired with the unmistakable gold of the Olin suspension, lighter weight forged wheels in white with red SP design, and a host of carbon fiber components like the front mudguard. It's a bike that visually screams, climb on top of me and have lots of fun. Both of my Hypermotards were in the RVE livery, and I think the best looking one was the 950, but this new white SP, it might just be the best looking Hypermotard ever. And then there's the tech. The V2 gets the full fat Ducati electronics suite managed by a 6-axis IMU. That means you get cornering ABS, multi-level traction control, and something you may or may not want to turn off on this bike, Ducati wheelie control. All of it is managed through a beautiful new 5-inch TFT display, and I do like this display. It's a big improvement over prior models, and the SP model even adds Ducati power launch and a pit limiter. Finally, we have to talk about the soundtrack. The old 937 had that classic booming Desmo V-twin sound, but on this new Panigale derived engine, it's a different character. We can't wait to hear it with the Terminioni system, which will set a brother back $3,060 for the full race system. I love the look of that Terminioni, and I'm sure it's going to deliver on the sound. So what does all this mean on the road? Well, the 698 Mono is a constant invitation to misbehave at lower speeds. The Hypermotard V2 is a far more potent, versatile, and frankly, faster motorcycle. The wide bars and upright stance are still pure Hypermotard. You're still perched right over the front, ready to attack. But now, when you open the throttle, the response is instant, muscular, linear, and absolutely relentless. But all this new tech does come at a cost, literally, with a projected MSRP starting around $16,995 US. This is a serious premium, and that's before you get the SP model, which starts at $20,995 before the $995 destination charge. And if you want that with the exhaust, you're looking at over $25,000 before any dealer fees and taxes. Is it worth it? That's the big question. It's a massive step up in price from the 698 Mono and a noticeable hike over the old 950. If this bike rides like I think it will, an absolute flickable and powerful bike that wheelies with ease, with a riding position that makes you feel like you're flying, I'm going to want this bike. But the price is obscene for the SP with Terminioni exhaust, and you can get a lot of powerful bikes for less, such as the MT10 SP, which is close enough to cross shop. Either way, I can't wait to test out this bike and take you along for that ride. Until then, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and always remember the motto, bark less, wag more, and always be kinder than necessary.